Hi, my name is Alita Aguiluz, and I'll be doing a presentation on A Beautiful Mind. Follows the story of John Nash, who suffers of paranoid schizophrenia. So, just a little bit on the backgrounds of the film. This is a 2001 film based on the true story of John Nash, who is a Nobel Prize winner in economics. It follows the story of John Nash, a PhD student at Princeton University. It's based on the biography written by Akiva Goldsman, and this movie won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Just a little bit about John Nash, his patient identification. His name is John Nash. He is a male. His profession is PhD student. His marital status is married with a child. And in 1947, John Nash arrives at Princeton University. He is the co-recipient with Martin Hansen of the prestigious Carnegie Scholarship for Mathematics. You can see here, this is John Nash, the real John Nash, during his time at Princeton. And this is Russell Crowe, who portrays John Nash in the movie A Beautiful Mind. So just a little bit about the disorder diagnosis. Paranoid schizophrenia is a mental disorder where people interpret reality abnormally, so they don't see reality as normal. And schizophrenia may result in some combination of hallucinations, delusions, and extremely disordered thinking and behavior that impairs daily functioning, and sometimes can be very disabling. In this film, after a schizophrenic episode, John Nash is taken to a mental hospital, and this is where the doctors tell his wife Alicia that he has paranoid schizophrenia. I believe that this disorder is not diagnosed or even recognized in many of our cultures due to the stigma that has been built around mental illness. Sometimes mental illness in some cultures is a sign of weakness, so people don't treat it or even recognize it as real. In our culture, I believe that mental illness is sometimes ignored, but recently more light has been shined on the subject, so I believe it's coming up and people are paying more attention to it. The hallucinations are the main symptom that John Nash suffers. We can see Parcher, his boss, Charles, his roommate, and Marcy, Charles's niece. He has irrational thoughts and actions. He has delusion and he has paranoia. The first hallucination occurs when he starts at Princeton. So this is when we first meet John Nash, and this is where we also meet Charles. This is like the very first hallucination that we come encounter within the movie. There was no further development for 5 years, and then after the 5 years, Parcher develops. So this man here develops. The third hallucination is Marcy. And Marcy comes at a time when it's really stressful, and he is trying to ask Alicia to marry him. After he encounters Marcy, Marcy gives him that reassurance, and he does propose to Alicia. The delusions develop further as more life stressors impact upon him, particularly him discovering that he's going to become a father. These delusions and hallucinations remain during the time that John Nash is hospitalized, but with a combination of insulin treatment and medication, they are controlled. I believe that treatment and the treatment we see in the movie are antipsychotic drugs. These affect the neurotransmitters and they make symptoms milder. They shorten the time of an episode. And then there's psychotherapy, which helps them learn social skills, helps them support weekly goals, helps them with setting small goals and reaching them, helps them with personal care. I believe this is an appropriate treatment for paranoid schizophrenia because with a combination of medications, family support, the patient should be able to keep, episodes to a minimum. There may be some ethical concerns with the amount of medications that patients receive. But in this film, there was really no barrier as John had enough resources to receive the appropriate medical attention. Just broader perspectives. In this film, I believe this disorder was portrayed perfectly. Watching the movie myself, everything seemed real. When I met Charles, I thought he was part of the movie. It wasn't until later that I discovered that everything was part of a hallucination. The film captured the essence of what people suffer schizophrenia go through. As I am not so familiar with this mental disorder, this movie really helped me understand it. This is an amazing movie, and it was very deserving of every accolade it deserved. Thank you very much.